And we're live here with Kobo Writing Live and Kathleen from BookBrush. Hi, Kathleen.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm doing very well on this Friday. It's nice and sunny in Toronto, even though it is very cold.
We're the same here. I'm in Illinois, but we'll take the sun. The snow has melted, so it's good news.
Exactly. So hi, everyone that's viewing, and welcome to another Kobo Live Takeover. Delighted to be here with Kathleen Sweeney today. So if you have any questions, you can drop them into the chat and we'll get to them throughout. Also, let us know where you're watching from. Is the snow melting where you are as well? I'd love to know. So to give Kathleen a little introduction, so Kathleen Sweeney is the manager of marketing and customer service at BookBrush. She has over 19 years of client service and business assurance experience. She thoroughly enjoys working with authors and helping them create eye-catching images. And as you mentioned, you live in central Illinois with your husband and 3 busy boys, and your hobbies include reading and turning socks right side out, which that intrigued me. That's your hobbies.
So many kids, so many socks. So summer's great, not so many socks.
You're like pairing them. Do you get socks that just vanish?
There's that, and they do this thing that's like a sock nugget. Like they take it halfway off and it's like a little sock ball all the time. So that's the struggle is real.
I love that. Well, thanks for joining us, and really excited to hear about you and the work that you do at BookBrush. So from anyone that's not familiar, could you tell us a little bit about what BookBrush does and what it is, and also like how you came to work there yourself? I'd love to learn that.
Absolutely. So BookBrush is an online platform that we designed for authors to be able to create their own eye-catching marketing images, all things social media. And then along the way, we've added things like book covers and a box set creator and video effects and expanding. And so there are a lot of great design tools out there, but they're not all designed with the author in mind. So when I take over and show you my screen, you'll see all the different pieces in here that are really great for authors, making it all the author tools that you need in your marketing toolbox all in one spot. And so the co-founders that started BookBrush, I followed one of them through different jobs for 20 years, which is funny because I'm only 30. But anyway, so he when he was co-founding BookBrush, he knows books are my jam. I love reading, and brought me over full time to be part of the BookBrush team, even BookBrush family. I call it a family.
Nice.
So it's been fun. I've been full time since the beginning of 2019.
Nice. I like when there's somebody that you really click with at work, that you just follow them from place to place.
This is probably our 3rd, if not 4th company that we've worked at together.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. And BookBrush seems to be kind of quite a small, tight-knit little family as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you may even remember, we started out named Cover Sell Books, and we were at NINC one year and did a presentation, and the folks said, this is a really great product, but the title, the name of your company isn't so good. And so we really took that to heart and rebranded as BookBrush. So with the name Cover Sell Books at the beginning, it seemed like all we did was covers, and we have so much more. So BookBrush is kind of the title for the whole thing.
Nice. I love that. I love that you're able to take the author feedback and really add that to your business right away.
Absolutely.
I'm excited that you're going to be doing a demo for us a little bit later to get to see and show the amazing tools that BookBrush has. But I just have some questions beforehand, and we'll have some questions that are coming through in the chat. So for anyone that's sort of getting started with independent publishing and marketing their own books, like, do you have any advice about where somebody should begin?
Well, there's so many different facets of it. And I think BookBrush is really a tool for anybody in any point in their writing journey. But for folks that are new, you don't have a large budget. And so the BookBrush tools are a good spot where you can create your ads yourself, save yourself time and money. There's a cover design tool so that you can get started on that. It's good to, in that case, see what else is happening in your genre so that you can do a cover that will fit and suit. But you can save time and money, I think, and get yourself off on the right foot, not paying tons of money to get your foot in the door.
Yeah, we have a comment there saying from Connected Solutions Virtual Assisting that says, BookBrush sounds like paint your book.
It does kind of. So Brush is just that it's got tools, all the different kinds of marketing, and sparks your creativity. And even if you're not creative, we have the tools that'll help you. So you don't have to have your creative juices flowing right when you sign in.
Nice. So if I'm an author that I've just focused all of this energy and creative energy in writing my book and getting it finished, like, do I have to have some sort of background in Photoshop or any like knowledge on things like that to create a really good cover?
No, and I think Photoshop is great, but from my understanding, there's a steep learning curve. And so
Yeah.
if folks that are good at it, they are good. But if that's your starting point, that could be tricky. In BookBrush, I think people pick things up. It's pretty intuitive. It's easy to get used to. And then they're creating things pretty quickly.
Nice, nice. So yeah, we can go through this in the demo and at least you can see it. It's good to have a tool where you don't have to be an expert, because I think with independent publishing, you've spent all of this time like honing your skills with writing, and then all of a sudden you're in charge of all of your marketing materials as well. So it sounds like a pretty easy tool to kind of cut out some of the kind of learning curve and cost as well.
Well, and we're trying to create this for authors because really what they wanted to do was write. Nobody tells you that you're going to have to become a marketing pro too, along with it. And so we tried to make that part fun. And then you can get back to your writing, get book two on the way.
Absolutely. So I wonder if there's like, if you have any advice on like a cadence for when authors should be redoing their covers or anything like that.
I'm no expert on that part of things, but we do have a lot of people who either they've already got the front cover done and they're tackling that print wraparound cover as kind of a redo. But I think it's good to just keep a pulse on what you're seeing other authors doing and what their covers look like. And if you're feeling like yours are getting stale or not quite up to date, or you're seeing new trends, that might be a good time to look at yours and do some updates to them.
Yeah, I always think that independent authors are so much better, or I guess maybe not better is the wrong way, but are excellent at selling their backlist and really keeping an eye on covers. And when people have lots of series, that it might be worthwhile, if your first series that you put out was 5 years old, like maybe taking a look at the cover. And we've definitely heard feedback from some authors that just rebranding your cover and sort of like, it's almost like a new book launch in that sense as well. It definitely helps revive old series that you have.
Absolutely. Like a new book, baby.
Exactly. And then talking about the different covers, you mentioned the print wraparound there. So you guys do that as well. And with Kobo Writing Life, you can publish your ebooks and your audiobooks directly with our account. So I was wondered if you could talk to us about like, what's the main difference? Can I just use my ebook cover, or should I be like tailoring it to an audiobook cover?
The main thing I think from a design perspective is the one is vertical, like a book size, and the other one is more of a square shape. And so we have people who design one, or maybe already had their front cover designed, and then they bring it into the template in that square shape, but modify. So the text may go down the side. You want that similar, I think, look and feel, so folks know it's the same book, but you can make some modifications so that it fits nicely in that different format, that different shape, and then you can market both of those.
Yeah, I guess it's good to keep in mind that with audiobooks, you're sort of designing a cover for a phone primarily, which is why the square would be better. Whereas with ebooks, we're still in the traditional like rectangular book option, even if you are reading it with a phone as well. Yeah. I wonder if I know we'll talk about this when you go through your different highlightings, but so with BookBrush that you can definitely create ads and things like that, like different marketing materials that people can use in like Facebook, etc. Is there anything specific that authors should look out for with an audiobook versus an ebook? Like, does it really make a difference if you include the headphones? Like, do you think those work as like visually better images?
So one of the things that I tell folks is when maybe a collage is a good idea, so you can show all the ways that your book is available. And so I love adding the ones with headphones. We have a number of templates with headphones because then they don't have to read. They can visually look at it, look at your ad. They see headphones. They know I'll be able to get this as an audiobook. you're taking the mystery out. They don't have to check and see. It's right there. So I think, yes, I would do the headphones so that you get that audio flair.
Yeah, and I guess it's like a visual way to just immediately show how many platforms your book is available on. Because we probably have like a second that you're going to get in front of a customer, and you want to be able to tell them, like, if you listen to books, here's this book.
Right. If they're scanning the ads and yours has headphones and someone else doesn't, and what they're looking for is audio, those headphones could seal the deal.
Yeah, absolutely. So we had a question that came in prior to this that I was wondering if you could add. So the question was, that you could answer, sorry. Can you state you can add to the question if you'd like.
I'll take it either way. Okay.
Can you state the change in revenue on average by authors who utilize BookBrush on works submitted before BookBrush application? So what I mean by what I'm kind of taking from that is that perhaps you don't have insights into the earnings, but do you have an example of like an author that has like had success about, changing their covers or making one instance?
We have a lot of authors who give us great feedback that say that the changes or using the tools helped them in that arena, but our tools are so widespread. So maybe what they did was just change their ads versus changing their cover. So it'd be hard to say, but we have a really active and supportive Facebook group. And so one place that I think you could find that answer, or just kind of get a feel for it, if we posted that question or someone did in there, authors would love to share, I think, their success story. I might just do that later this afternoon. Now I'm curious.
Yeah, I would love to learn about that. So you have a little Facebook group where people can share tips and learn more about BookBrush?
Yeah, and it's really just about BookBrush. So people will post images they made in BookBrush and to get feedback from other authors. And usually every Friday we invite whoever's new in the group, hey, show us what you made this week, to give inspiration and things like that. And, if somebody's seen a bug or a glitch, they can post in there and we can get help. They can get help that way. I just love working with authors because in this author niche, everybody is so helpful to each other. So it's not like I'm trying to win and I need to make sure that everybody else doesn't do very well. Somebody will post a question in there, and before I even can get to it, or, our BookBrush team, 5 other authors have hopped in and offered help and support. So it's just wonderful to see authors helping authors is awesome.
That's also one of my favorite things about working with this community, is that they're so forthcoming with what works and what doesn't work. Definitely see that in different groups. So I would advise people to join this Facebook group. Is it just BookBrush?
Yep, it's just called BookBrush, and you'll see it. And actually, when we sign into the tool, there's a spot where it will invite you, it'll link. Like if you're on your computer and you have Facebook on your computer and you click, it'll send you right there, so you wouldn't have to go hunt it down. And it's just kind of fun to see what other people are creating, and it might give you an idea. I didn't think about doing this kind of a promo. What a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. And so one thing that I wanted to ask you about, so something that sells really well at Kobo, our readers love box sets. They love bundles of books, whether it's, 3 seems to be the magic number with box sets, but we see people creating box sets up to 10, 12, 15 books, but also box sets with audio as well, as our readers tend to see it as terms of inconvenience of just like, I want to buy one item and it has all of the books in one place. What would you say is the importance of really being thoughtful with your box set cover? You've mentioned a tool that exists, so I'm sure the fact that it's its own tool kind of speaks enough to itself, but can you talk to that a little bit?
Sure. So we ended up building a box set creator tool. That's what it's called, the box set creator. And I'll show that to you too. And what folks do is it's just an image. There is no actual box that you're getting, but it's that image. And it's a great way for the folks to be able to market it like that. And we really felt like, especially when the pandemic started and folks were at home and maybe had more time to read, it was a key time to jump in there. And if you have a series, but you were not selling it as a set, this would be the time, because folks knew, okay, I'm going to be home and I can commit to reading 3, 4, 5 books in here. And so when they're doing the box set, a lot of times they'll use the cover creator tool to do a special cover for that. So they could use their existing cover. And one of my favorites is to put the thumbnails of the book covers right on to the box set, so they can just see at a glance, these are what I'm getting in there. So I guess that's a good tip. And just something that says box set with books, however many, if it says right on their books, 1 through 4, then you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I really like when authors take a theme or like a color and there's just like the background and it's almost like a new image, but it's still related to the books. It's pretty great. I'll ask Laura if you, we have an article that kind of gives tips about box sets that we find that work well at Kobo. So Laura, if you wouldn't mind putting that in the chat and then we can see. But yeah, I'm curious to see what you're going to be doing as well for the demo. So yeah, again, let us know if there's any questions coming through. But if not, I think the best part would be to start demoing this and let's show everyone what it looks like. So if you wouldn't mind.
Sure. A picture's worth 1,000 words. So we
absolutely
will jump in.
We do have one question is, do you provide a way to produce thumbnails?
The thumbnail of the book cover?
I believe so.
If it's the thumbnail of the book cover, you could just download it smaller if that's what you're needing. If that ends up not being the question or the right answer, let me know.
Okay, cool.
And we can even, I'll share my screen. And if we need to, we could do it as a demo in there if we need to go and test.
Oh, awesome.
We could give it a try. All right, I think we are rolling. Do you see the screen?
Yes. Can everyone see that? I believe so. I think it looks good.
All right, wonderful. So this is the Book Brush main page. It's just bookbrush.com. And we have all these really cool, fun, and easy to use marketing tools for authors. You can see there's across here, custom creator, instant mockups, box set creator, cover creator, and then our newest video creator. We'll talk about that at the end, I think. But where we wanted to start was the cover creator. So if what you're wanting to do is get your cover designed, you can hop in here on cover creator, or at the top where it says tools, go right down to cover creator. And feel free to send Tara questions as we're going along.
Yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on them.
As we talked about the Facebook group, right here in the center is kind of a question. Have you joined the Facebook group? And it will hyperlink you there if you click that. I'm not going to click that for right now, but that's how you can get there. And
nice. And I like that your logo does look like painting a book.
It's colorful and bright, and it's the fun side, the make marketing fun, embrace the fun side of it. So you wrote the book. Now we'll make this part fun.
Right.
So we have on the left the different sizes. So you can do ebook, print, and audio in here. So when you click the ebook, we have 3 choices. There's Kindle, Kobo, and Wattpad. So guess which one we're going to do today?
Kobo.
Yes. And so you'll see when you put it in the workspace, it's got the dimensions and pixels at the bottom. And what I wanted to do with you is just create one from scratch so you can see it's not going to take very long and you could get yourself off to a great start. So you can do the tools on the left in any order. I'm going to start with background. So I'm going to click on background. And you have the options if you're starting from scratch to upload your own background or search from over 1 million free background images down here. There are some... go ahead.
The author, sorry to interrupt you, but the author doesn't have to worry about paying. These are all free images.
They are sourced from Pixabay, and they're set up so they're the commercial free is what it's going to pull. But there is a little spot on each thumbnail, so you can just, for your peace of mind, double check. So, for example, on this kind of turquoise one here with the 3 dots, there are 3 dots in each corner of the thumbnail. You can click image info, and then there's a license and source hyperlink that will take you there so you can see right there where it says free for commercial use. I think that gives peace of mind for folks.
Absolutely.
All right. So our background today, because it's cold for both of us, is going to be the beach. Someone should be at the beach. So we'll type in beach and search. And you see all these different images that pop up that you could use to design a book cover. And let's see, we'll just pick one in here, put it in, and they fill in the space. Now on the right-hand side, there's what I call an eye icon. It's like an eyeball with a line through it. So you can see what's outside the area. So you can scoot it around if you want to. I can drag the corners and make it a little bit bigger and just play with this. You can single click for some editing up here in this top stripe. So you could flip if you want to, go the other direction. And then those filters Like, when you post to Instagram, you have different filters. You can add these different things. So really change it up. So this would be your background. So we'll go with what's there. You also can click where it says more options up here, or double click the background itself, and you get a more robust choice of editing tools. So another tip, I think, and you could use this anywhere, but it's something you can do in BookBrush, is you can add a color behind, and then you could adjust the transparency a tiny bit. I'm going to turn the eye icon off so we just see this. And what I think is kind of interesting here is as you click through different colors, you can make the same image to be a little more cozy, creepy, mysterious, whatever you're going for, just by changing that background color and adjusting the transparency a bit. So you could make your beach a little more sinister if you need to, or warmer.
I think that's great in terms of a theme, like a series that you would use the same sort of underlining color to really theme your branding together.
I love that. So especially like if I'm thinking fantasy, but you could use it in a lot of different places. And then the overlays and filters, the filters are the same ones that we had at the top. And you can also remove the filter here if you want to. And overlays are awesome. You come in here and you can just put it over the top for kind of a different look and feel. I'm going to use something crazy so you can really see it. When you put it on, you have a
psychedelic.
Slider. Yes. So this is a whole different theme, but you can adjust the transparency and then you can remove those there if you want to. So lots of cool things that you can do in here. Next, what we need is a title. So we were going to go to the left for the text step here. Add a new text box. And it's going to be super original, book title. So we'll put this in here. All right. Then I'm going to move it down here. I'm going to edit the text styling. So you can change all the usual things in here. But one of the hidden gems that I think is when you go to font, it defaults to Fahala 1. And there are a lot of really nice under default here, default fonts. But if you click add more fonts, we have access to 1,000 fonts. So you can really find something that will resonate with you, your book cover, your genre. I like to filter up here. I'm totally drawn to display and handwritten. I think they have more pizzazz. As you can see, I've checkmarked a bunch. And so if you find one you want, you just click and checkmark next to it. So it will add it to your list in here. And if you had some before and changed your mind, you can uncheck them to get them out of the list. Now, I should also mention that this is where you can upload your own custom font. So if you've purchased your font so that you have it for your book covers, you could also bring it in here. You'll use it on your book covers, but you could use it in your ads and things like that. So while we do have a nice selection of fonts, you can purchase one and bring it in here too.
Wow, that's really awesome, because I know that your font is such an important aspect of your book brand as well. So
absolutely, I can't hardly not get in here and play with font. Like I have to change it every time.
We have a suggestion that I want to see Sinister Beach. Can we call our book Sinister Beach?
Yes, that's a great idea. See this, I'm not an author, I'm a reader, so I didn't have it. Sinister Beach. Yeah. Now, if it word wraps, you just click on the box and drag it to the side here. And then we can put it. Now in this stripe, right under add a new text box, the 2 capital T's will change it all to capital. So if that would work out, a lot of times on your cover, it's all capital and we don't want you to have to retype. I feel like we need a more sinister font. Let's try that.
Ooh, I like that one.
Bold it. We can center it. I'm going to ratchet up the font size as well. So we've got this here. A couple other things. So over in this left area with the text editing, the top section are the letters, the text themselves, and the bottom section is the background. So for example, if you wanted the box, you could use that slider and put a color in the background.
Nice.
I think I want to talk about, you could change the color of the font up here. You can do transparency, but I really want to talk about text shadow. So we have it set up for a default for a nice amount. But if we take that off, see how if you look at our Sinister Beach words, they just don't pop or have that crispness. And when you add that, you get that little definition. And I'm doing this with the slider here. So you kind of can adjust that. Now, if your beach was also fantasy and you needed like some kind of cool electric pink, maybe that is sinister. Maybe we need that. Let's see. You can see that's got that cool pink in there. So you can change your color for your text shadow too. And then you can add a new text box. You can add one brand new and put it in like this. Or here, let's use the eye icon here. We'll set this off to the side. We can delete it. You also can duplicate your text box. So with this plus button here, I can add a second one so that I don't have to start over to find my font and size and everything. And then I could use this one for the author name. So you want to be my author today?
All right. Oh, of course.
Perfect. And then we'll just make that a little smaller. And we could choose, maybe we want that to be upper and lower, and you could hang out down here at the bottom. So we've got our title.
Making my author dreams come true today, Kathleen.
Wonderful. Well, today's your day. You're going to be on the beach and write a book. This is perfect. Nice. Now, one of the other cool tools that we added in here when we created or added our cover creator is background removal. And so you can use this tool. It uses artificial intelligence, and it literally peels the background away from an image with a person, a product, an animal, or a vehicle. So I'll show you. You can go to background, and we'll go back up to the search, and I'm going to just type in back. So it'll be like the back of a person. And I don't know if you've seen this tool, but I love it. So here's what's happening. Let's look at this second one on the right. There's a girl kind of on a dock type thing. Mm-hmm. There's 3 little dots we talked about when you were looking for your image info. You can also remove the background, and it takes a credit, and we can talk about the credits. But what's happening is she is now over here on the beach. So it used artificial intelligence, can tell she's the main person here. And so she's going to function as kind of an image or a stamp. We can resize her. You can move anything in front and behind here with these little arrows so she can sit back here. And now you have something that didn't exist before. So this is something kind of cool. It also works on your own photos. So if you purchased a photo, from a photo site and you want to use that couple or a person, you can bring that in here, remove the background that was with it, and use it in here. Now, some other tips. Sometimes I take the background and I might blur it just a tiny bit. And again, you can still see what's out here, and you can scoot it if you find you like a different part of it more. And then she can have a filter as well. Maybe we want something interesting on her. I'm not sure.
It's got to be sinister.
Oh, I feel like maybe, I wonder how she would look. Nope, that's not it. This could work. We'll see here. I'm just not sinister enough. I need to up my game. All right, we'll work with this here. And you can still, everything is editable. So you can move things around and decide. And she could even flip sideways if you want her this other direction. So a lot of fun things that you can do with that background removal tool to create this cover. So if we were satisfied with this, we could still take the background and say we want to edit that. Maybe it needs something different here. What could be more sinister? I don't know if that's more sinister. Let's see. I'll practice being sinister later. Okay, so we'll go with this. I don't know. I feel like that's so light. Let's try this. You would save it as a template. So on the paid accounts, you can save up to 50. That means you can just keep it as a work in progress. So you can come and work on it another time. And then you'll download. So you're going to download this and you're going to save it into your account so you can use it in the other tools. And then I'll show you how to do that too.
Is there a preferred version of, I noticed there was 3 download options there. I think we tend to tell people PNG, but does it really matter from site to site?
PNG is the best image quality.
Okay.
I know there are some sites, at least for the box set image, that ask for a JPEG. So you may at times want that. And then the PDF would be, in this scenario, more of the print wraparound. They need the PDF.
Okay, cool.
So we'll open this up and I'm just going to save it right into covers. Then I have access to it over in our other tools. And then, of course, you can save it to your computer. So you've got it. And then you can upload it right over to Kobo and you're ready. So there's that cover.
I don't know if I can see this on our main page selling a bunch, but it sure looks fun.
Yes. We'll see. We can practice. So this is start. Now, if designing your own cover seems like kind of a lot to take in, if you're, we started completely from scratch, but we have a graphic designer who puts together a lot of really nice, we call them community templates that folks can use. So I want to show you these. So on the left-hand side, we'll go to templates, and there's all these great choices in here. And you can filter on the left. So if we just want ebook and audio, we can check these out. The audios are the squares, but you could make anything work here. So let's see. We should pick one. Let's go with our CEO here. So it's going to come into the workspace, and you can edit everything about it. And I apologize, it's a tiny bit slow when I'm streaming, or a little bit more than a little bit slow. I'm going to refresh. We'll get there.
Absolutely.
The internet's a crazy place. We'll get in here. So I'm going to go to templates. And where's our guy that we picked? We can filter by ebook and audio to take a look. We'll see if this one will come up here. Perfect. So this is in the workspace, and you have access to all the tools, so you can see the background, you could move it, you could even delete that and bring in a different picture if you want to. But what I like about the community templates, it gives you an idea where folks are putting the title and where they're putting their author name and what else might be on the cover, and then you can quickly change those. But by the time you change, of course, the title itself, but the font, the color, so many things about it, it's not going to look like anybody else's, but it gave you a nice starting point. So consider checking out those. Now, I would mention, I think when these pull up, they may be in the Kindle size. So, for example, on this one, you would want to click to ebook and just click Kobo, and it resizes just a bit so that it fits this size.
Yeah, that's great. It's great to have that kind of nuance with the cover that you want to take to each retailer.
Yep. And so you could go through each one and save it and make it work. I just want you to be aware that it may not default to that one, but you can switch it, no problem. So that would be the community templates. And then I want to talk about, so say you brought this in here, you could also go to audio, and we have the two different sizes. And, I'm not sure which one's the size that you guys would ask for on this.
I think it's just, I'm not too sure, but I will ask the audio team and get you in.
And maybe either one would work for your
I think so, probably.
Okay. So what I was saying here is sometimes people will leave this with a stripe, and maybe they would take their author name. And when I double click it, over here on the left in this editing area, there's a rotate to the nearest 45 degrees. So you could rotate, and line it up on here. So you have all the same pieces, but it's set up just a little bit differently so that it fits in that square space.
There's a question that's come in from Sharon Rose that says, I've tried to create a 300 by 250 ad for BookBub with BookBrush. She included the book cover image, but it got blurry that the title became hard to read. Is there something that she should know about the image resolution to make sure it's the best?
So the BookBub ads tend to look blurry when you view them anywhere but BookBub because of that tiny pixel size, the 300 by 250. So while you want to make sure that the cover you upload is a good quality size, chances are that anytime you download the BookBub ad, it's going to look a bit blurry. But when you upload it and it's viewed in BookBub, it will look like it did in BookBrush. And that's a lot of B's to say, but it would, we get that question a lot. It's just because of the tiny pixel size, the way that it's so small, when you don't view it on its intended platform, it can look blurry. So I bet you didn't do anything wrong. It will probably be fine.
That's good to know. It'll look good and as you wanted it to do on BookBub itself.
Yes, absolutely. And always save as a template in there too. So if you want to make some changes, you easily could do that. But I think that you would be happy with it as long as it looked nice on the screen in there.
Okay, great.
All right, good question. All right. Any other questions in the cover creator in here? Let me know.
I don't think so for now. Yeah, we can keep going.
All right. So I'm going to head to a new tool. I'm going to go to the top to tools and the custom creator. This is our flagship tool. This is the first thing that we built, and we add things to this all the time. So this is where you'll be going when you want to create the ads for all different social media platforms. So for example, on the left.
Do you have a more like, which platform is the most popular? I know that they're all very visual, but like Instagram seems to be so image focused. But then I guess when you have Facebook ads, do you find that authors tend to just use all of them, or is there more retailers that are more popular than the other, or more social sites?
I think, different authors focus on different places because, some are on Instagram, some aren't. So it might be a bit of the author's preference or where they're having good luck with it or where they have a presence. But some of them, and I can show you, will use that same similar ad and then put it on more than one platform and just tweak it in here. So I guess,
okay.
BookBub, lots of people are hoping for a BookBub ad, but that doesn't always happen. So we have those, templates and sizes for all the different things. But I can't say necessarily one over the other is hands down the winner.
If only it was that easy that we could just be like, make this ad.
Right. Then we'd all run over there, make that ad, and we'd be rich. Let's do a Facebook ad together. So I'm going to choose Facebook because it gives us a lot of space to work with here. I'll give you an example of starting it from scratch and then show you the templates too. So
can we make an ad for Sinister Beach?
Yes, let's do it. So we will go to book template down here on the left. You can do these in any order, but I like to start with the book template. So these have, this is another great thing about BookBrush with the author-centered tools. Over 90 3D book templates here. I'm scrolling through. They're displayed with a sample image, so don't panic. This is just the sample. Ones with hands.
I love those ones for the cover reveal. We find those quite popular as well.
Yes, for
they're
sure.
Like a little bit torn away. Yep.
And as you go down, in fact, there's a whole bunch. So I'll go back to the top. You can filter. So if you click on reveal, for example, there are different levels of rip, if that's the word that it is. So if you wanted to reveal the top or the bottom or the center, you've got a lot of choices in here. And then you've got your physical book, ebook options. Ebooks face every which way in here, and there's the ones with the audio, headphones, and things like that. And I just want to make a mention that the physical books are positioned so you don't see the spine. So you'll know you won't need to bring an extra image in if you're going to do that physical book. I know that we're not doing the physical book per se, but just for
good to know.
Yep. So we have then the phone options in here, audio, and ones with hands, phones and things. So what I would like to do is a collage. So I'm going to do an ebook and a phone. So we'll choose ebook, and it's Sinister, so it should be black for sure. So we'll put it in here. And what it did is I'd already put my covers in. I almost skipped that. So I'm just clicking on the cover that I already uploaded in here. And
how could you miss this cover? It's such a
it's going to be a hot seller. Yes. So to edit this, you can click, and then there's a slider for the size here like this. So you can change this, and we can also adjust. I like to just pull the corner. That's probably my favorite part. And I just hold the shift key to keep it in proportion. And what I mean by that is if you drag the side, it can get super wide.
I see.
And there's an undo button. Now, on some book sizes, people do want to tweak it a tiny bit, by dragging, but a lot of times you want that aspect ratio. So the slider is a nice choice for that. Mm-hmm. And then we will add in a phone.
Yeah, you gotta tell them that my book is everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can get this every which way.
Isaac Newton says he's pre-ordered. See, I'm gonna make it.
Perfect. So I'll bring this in, and then we could look at the audio options here. I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to switch out maybe where this is at. Let's see what we think, because I want to make sure my headphones are in a good spot. You can add as many of these as you want. So we could bring this, or maybe this is going to be on this side. So you're just editing all over the place. I'm going to hold the shift key and make this one larger too. Now you can layer anything with these little arrows. So I can send it behind and the phone pops out at the front. So we've got these. Now, if you're one of those people, and I eyeball a lot of things, but I do like these to be the same size, we have these centering tools on the right-hand side. So if you click the grid lines once, the second one is for the centering tools. So I'm going to they're movable. So if I want these to be like the same size, because that is my, I'm just kind of a nerd like that, I can move these. And
That's
they
super
actually,
helpful to have the grid. That's very helpful.
so I'm so proud. I actually kind of made them the same size, but that's not always the case. So if you're wanting to line up a series of audiobooks on here, you can use those centering tools, bring them in, and then, kind of adjust. And then you can turn those back off. So those are the centering tools here. So we've got a bit of a collage. And then we can go to background for the background step. And you can bring in your own or you can search. So we'll try beach here, but I don't want necessarily the whole beach. I don't want to compete. So we'll see. I'm going to try this one. And if the shells are too much, I can make it bigger so that they're just kind of on the side. So maybe I like that. And you could also make it sinister here. So we will add something sinister behind. We'll see if this makes us sinister.
It's key to my brand is the sinister nature of things.
Yes, so maybe we need a gradient color for our sinisterness. I'm just not sure I'm sinister enough. We'll try this. So this gets it a little bit darker and kind of gives you or maybe there's an overlay that would be sinister. You could try something in here. Lots of cool choices to do.
Nice.
And I also like here to blur the background too. So as you do this, there's lots of level of blur, but even just a little bit, I think makes your books pop so that they're the focal point. So that's a suggestion there for you. And then you'll save this as a template. And I just save the template every time so that I can come back and do it later if I want to. And then download. Now we do have a free plan. So if you want to get in here, the cover creator is not on free, but these ads are. And so you would be able to do 15 images for free in this download section here. And if you're on that plan, there's a little circle that says 15 and it counts you down. So we could then download this as a PNG, JPEG, or a PDF. We can add text if we want to. So let's do this. Let's go to the images because these are really a hidden gem. We have all these different things. And for example,
let's use the Kobo.
Yes. And so right underneath it, it says more for Kobo. It's kind of tiny. You can click that so you can see all of the ones that are in here. Now, these are not actually gray. They're just so you can see it. So it's not disappearing. So it will be just white when you put it on here. So we can add this and it's a stamp so I can resize if I want to. You can add the filters, but it's already kind of that color so that you wouldn't need to do. So we can add our Kobo stamp.
That looks awesome. Can you also say that I'm a New York Times bestselling author, please?
Sure thing. I mean, obvi. So let's go over here to bestsellers and we can line up the whole thing, but we'll just put this, the one we want to be discreet.
The winner.
Yes. So we'll put that. You can resize. And in fact, on those, if you want to, you could do a background if you wanted it to show up a little bit more, depending what your image looked like. So we can add that in there and a shadow to make it stand out. See, I could just spend a lot of time playing with these.
This is very fun for me. I'm enjoying watching this.
Good. And there's other fun things. So I like in here, the blank stamps pair nicely with a text box. So if we want something bright like this, and we could go to text, and I know you're in Canada, but I'm going to put it on sale for 99 cents for here. And so Alt 0162 is a nice little shortcut for the cent sign. And we can layer those. So we could do two things.
It's a bargain. It's a bargain.
Yes. Who knew you were going to write a book and it was going to be very economical. So we will increase the size on this. So you've got that kind of thing going and you can keep editing. So you can move this over, all that, however you want to do it. And then you can download on the paid plans. You have unlimited downloads. So you can do that. And then let's say you also, so this was Facebook, wanted to put this on Instagram. You can just hop back to add size and we'll choose Instagram and click Instagram. Now don't panic. Everything is still here. We're going to use the eye icon and I'm just going to resize, like bring my background back in here. This can come down. So it won't take us long and we may want to resize the books so they're not super giant. And maybe in this case, we want that one to be the star of the show. So we could leave that. So we just quickly pivoted this and it's not perfect, but we did it quickly to Instagram size. And then we can download this one, save it, and then do the same. So you could go across Twitter and Pinterest and the other ones up here if you want to.
That's awesome. And you have the different options for the Instagram stories versus like the posts themselves. And yeah,
Yes.
that's
Same
a great
thing.
feature. I love how customizable this is. This seems so easy, and now I'm a successful author.
Yes, yes. Today's your day. And I should have mentioned, even under Facebook, there's all these different sizes there. So you can pick your icon and then scroll and see. BookBub is just itself. But then there are other nifty things, like like you could do business cards and postcards and things like that. And other has bookmarks and coasters. So
Cool.
you're going to need these for your author following. You're going to need some swag.
Yeah, I love swag.
Bestseller. So you can make that too. All right. So this is how you can put these together. I want to show you a couple cool things in here. And then we have 2 more tools, but we will keep it to the hour. Under templates, we also have community templates. So again, all these are in here for you to get started without having to start from scratch. So let's go to the genre and crime, mystery, and thriller over here for our Sinister Beach. And you can choose the platform. And, this has everything from Facebook ads and BookBub ads down to Zoom backgrounds and bookmarks. So lots of variety in here.
Oh, a Zoom background would be great because I can use that.
See what we've got. Under the crime, mystery, thriller, there aren't as many, but let's look in here.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. And some of these don't have the book, but this one does. So let's try this one. So we can click on the book. It happens to be a spiral, but we are still going to click on where it says swap covers and put our cover in. And I guess the Zoom backgrounds are trying to leave room for you to do your thing in the center of them.
It's just subtle,
Yep, but we can move that over here, do things, and you could then, these all are just editable. You click them in and change them and download. So lots of cool things in there. Now, I also want to show you just a real quick video effect. So we'll go to the templates, our project. So we saved this, and I'm going to click into the background. I'm going to use the garbage can and get rid of all of this. We'll go back to background, and we looked before for images. We're going to do videos this time. And so there's lots of cool effects. I'm going to do wind because it has this amazing sinister thunderstorm for us. So you hover over to see it. You can click, and it'll place it in the image. And then when you add that, there's a little play button up here in the top stripe. And so you can see this awesome storm happening on our beach. And there's lots of cool video effects that you can do in there. And then when you do that, when you are ready to download, it gives you a 4th option for an MP4. So we were talking at the beginning, maybe you have a second to be the ad that catches a reader's eye. So we were wanting to make sure we had the audio in here. You may also choose a video effect, and then you have that MP4, and that motion is going to draw them right to you.
Does that have any sound, or is it just the visual?
This one doesn't, but if there's sound, you'll get it. So I'm going to scare you here. See how that first one has like some storm with it?
Yeah, that's sinister.
Yes, so we could try that, but it's so hard to talk over it. But
yeah. No,
if you find sound in there, there will be sound in the download. And these are included on the paid plans. You have credits per month so that you can download these and make cool images like that. All right. Any questions from anybody?
No, I think we can keep going.
All right. So we are headed to instant mockups and then the box set creator to round out things today. So I'm going to go to the top to tool.
Yeah, I was wondering about the difference between the custom creator and the instant mockups. So yeah, that would be good to learn.
Okay. Instant mockups are next up and our most popular tool. So folks love these. As soon as it comes up, I will show you. These are those real life images where you just drop your cover right in. Ooh. And we have over 1,000 of these. And so you just this is probably the easiest tool to use and learn. Your covers are in step 1. So we click here on the left, we choose our cover. And then you can filter in step 2, but we can just look and see what's over here. And you just click and add your book to these different images. And then we'll download. Let's see here. I've done a few. I need to make my screen, my convert now button was covered by StreamYard. Here we go. We will convert now.
Nice.
And these
We're
are
getting some comments that this is like a vision board for my future author career. So I appreciate that. Yeah.
we would love to help you with that. All right, so this is going to download as a zip file because we did more than one. So I'll open it up. Takes a minute, and then because it's a zip file, we will extract all. And on the free and the plus plans, under keywords, there's a word free you can filter and try some out. So they're for everybody to give it a try. So we'll just take a look at these few that we did. And folks do bring them into the custom creator and personalize them. You know, you could put a sale date or a price or something like that real quick. All right, there's our first one. The opposite of sinister. All right. I like this, the colors and things. All right.
Nice.
And there you go. So you get the idea. You just drop your cover in and those are ready to go right to social media. You can add to them in the other tools if you want to, but you don't need to. And also I should mention, if you do just one, it'll download directly to your computer, no zip file. So it's really ready to go right to social media. Wow. So let me...
That was so fast and easy.
I'm going to do let's see if we can get spring and summer to pop up here. It's thinking. This will give us a little bit better look of I'm ready for spring and summer.
Same.
And as you can see, so many different genres would work in here.
Oh, let's pick the hammock one that was there. You scroll up.
Where is she? There we go.
There we go.
Make sure I unselected. So, and just for mentioning, when you choose spring and summer, there are at the top, you can see there are 355. So you kind of can see what's in that pocket. And you could also on the left in step 2, unselect, maybe you really don't want vertical. You could take that out of the mix if you want to. But we'll do our hammock. We post on Instagram every day. It's at BookBrush for Authors, and it's usually an instant mock-up to give folks kind of a fun idea of an example to do. Hopefully it's usually fine when I'm not live, so just bear with me.
Yeah, it's the streaming. That's okay.
Oy vey. Okay, and you can see this was a single, so it came by itself. We didn't have to extract all. Where'd she go? Here we go. Perfect. I think that looks great.
That looks awesome. I'm going to have to get you to send me this afterwards.
I sure can. Embark on your author career.
Yeah.
All right. So those are instant mock-ups. Very easy to use, user-friendly, and they look so nice. You didn't have to get organized and sit in a hammock and make tea and have someone take a picture. So it's perfect.
Yep.
All right. So we're going to go to Tools. And last but not least here, the Box Set Creator. So we'll get in here. And what we found out when we were beta testing this with authors was that a lot of folks didn't have the spine. I don't remember if I was talking about that before. So we have a way to build a spine. So on the left, it says choose a box set. And it says, do you need to create a spine first? And you probably do. We have community templates, just like in the other tools, where you can create things, just use the template here. So we'll grab one. And this is pretty easy, where it says your book cover goes here. We click to that. Swap covers. We'll put our book in. I'm going to click on the book title section. Sinister Beach. And that needs to be at least smaller. It could be a different font and things, but for today's purposes, we'll leave it as it is. And then you're going to download and save into spines. And there's a little spot you open up, and these spines are just here in the box set creator for you. And then I'm going to make up a pretend book 2 for your career. We'll put this over here. I'm going to leave the same cover. Sinister City is book 2, just so you know. And then follow me for more great tips for naming your book series. All right, so we'll open this up, save to spines. So let's just do a 2-book series. So we've got the 2 books. We'll click back to the left to box sets, and there's kind of a thinner on the left and then this thicker one. So I'm going to choose the thicker. Now these can be from 2 all the way up to 10. So if you're going to do more, you just make that many spines. So we'll then click on this and you assemble it. So it's asking for spine number 1, which we made, spine number 2. And then since it's a 2-book set, that third image is the front. So we'll click on the left to covers and grab our girl here for Sunset or Sinister Beach. And the magic is happening in the background here. And there, quick, we have a quick box set image. And then what I have folks do in here is open it up and save to the images so you can use it in the other tools. And then you just save it into your computer right here. Nice. So again, just an image, but what a quick way that you can make this for your marketing needs.
Absolutely. And I love the idea of even using this with a cover or some imagery in the background to try and space it up as big as possible, like for your book cover image. Yeah, I think this looks great.
Absolutely. And you could use that cover creator to make one that's actually for your series. And you know the folks where you see that across the spine that has a picture, you could do that in here. You just move the background image over so you can have that picture in there. You would spend a lot of money for a designer to do that. You can do it yourself.
Wow.
So there we go. I have a coupon code to show you, and any other questions that you may have, let me know.
Okay. Yeah. Let us know about the code that we're offering for Kobo Writing Life authors and anyone viewing. And then, yeah, maybe you could talk about the kind of plans that are available as well.
Absolutely. So one of the great parts about templates is you can save them and do your work ahead of time. So here's this one. So it's Kobo 15, and it's a 15% lifetime discount on any new paid plan. And then I'll show you what the plans are. But make sure that folks get that Kobo 15. And then I'm going to go to the account page so we can take a peep at the plans. It's going. All right. So we have, when you scroll down, I'm in a gold plan for today's example, but the plans are plus, gold, and platinum. They're all paid yearly, and they start, the plus plan is $99 a year. It's US dollars, and you can see the features underneath. The main things to call out are you have 5 video credits per month and the cover creator. The gold's most popular because it includes instant mockups and the box set creator, and then steps up to 10 video credits per month. And then platinum has a lot of neat things: extra instant mockups, animation, background removal. And then we haven't talked about this yet, but we just launched video book trailers, and our platinum plan members are beta testing those. So that's the plans. All
nice.
Right. Any other questions?
I'll remove this so it'll just go back to the two of us. Oh, there we go. That was wonderful, Kathleen. So interactive, and you were able to launch my author career in a matter of minutes. Like that's...
I'm thrilled to be a part of your launch for sure.
I know. I'm just gonna have to give you some credit. Just came up with the title. Like you'll get acknowledged.
You came up with the title. I can't even take credit for it.
Yeah. So somebody was asking if there's a monthly plan. So I believe those are also available monthly to pay if you don't want to pay annually.
They're all paid yearly. So we break down, we do break down the monthly costs just to kind of help show that it's affordable, but they're paid yearly because that way people can just get in there and keep using the tools and not lose their saved templates and all those things. So it's a yearly plan.
But you also have authors can sign up for free and really test things out and see what's available as well.
Yes. So you do not have to commit at first, for that year. You can it's bookbrush.com, do a free plan, no credit card or anything. And then that the custom creator where we did the ads for social media, you can do 15 images in there for free.
Wow.
You can create and download those. So really test it out. See if you're loving it.
Angelina asks, is it possible that it doesn't work well in Linux?
I haven't used it in there. So if we could test and see, or if she had tried it, it's possible it doesn't. It's usually compatible with most platforms and most things that people are using.
Nice. Devin has asked if you're a current customer that you already have a paid plan, can you still use the coupon code, the Kobo 15?
Send me a note on the contact form. We can only apply one coupon code, so we can see if that's for a new paid plan, but we can see what is already on your account and take a look. So I can't say for sure. I'd have to look at the certain one, but I'd be happy to send it in on that contact form.
Okay, awesome. And so what's new for BookBrush? So you mentioned video trailers that you guys are launching. I saw an email go out that you're kind of testing this out in beta. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
These are going to be a game changer, is what I can tell you. So you can have multiple backgrounds, animation, and then these blurbs going across or different passages to have a teaser for your book. And then that 3D image of your book coming in at the end. There's music. We added all different kinds of commercial-free music that you can add to it. They're so cool. So if you're looking to do that, book trailer promo kind of thing, you can do that in the video creator. It's just the platinum level users that are doing it, but the results are really cool so far.
Yeah, I'm excited to see more book trailers come up, and I'm sure we'll see them on YouTube and wherever else people are uploading video. We had one last question about the coupon code. Actually, does it have an expiration?
Nope, I didn't put an expiration date, so I don't like you to feel pressured. Really, it's just that you can create 15 images for free. So when those are done, you would need to decide if you wanted to upgrade.
Nice. Well, thank you so much, Kathleen. This has been super informative, and hopefully, like maybe we'll have you back again in the future to kind of go over some more things.
Yeah, this was fun.
Nice. And where can people learn about BookBrush? Is there anywhere they can sign up to find out about your news, or it's just bookbrush.com?
Yep, at bookbrush.com. And then even on the free account, you'll be on our mailing list, and we send updates and alerts and occasionally a coupon code or a blog post, things like that.
Okay, perfect. And then if anyone missed the coupon code, it was Kobo15 for 15% off any of the plans available. So again, thanks everyone for tuning in, and thanks Kathleen for being so kind as to demo that. That was wonderful.
It was fun. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye.